We need to talk about Mike Lindell. This is the tweet Mike Lindell deleted. He deleted this tweet yesterday. Something has happened over the last 48 hours that has stunned the political world, the political landscape in Minnesota. Mike Lindell had a legitimate chance of winning the Minnesota Republican governor's primary. It's coming up, I think it's August 1st. And right now, that has been thrown into shambles by an interview that was done a couple of weeks ago, and now things in that interview have resurfaced. Before we get too far into this, hit the like, the subscribe button, and let's break this down and see exactly what was said. And I want to get your opinion. Are you in support of Mike Lindell? Would you vote for him if you're a Minnesota voter?
Anyone's here that is an illegal immigrant comes in, you get checked in the courthouse, you get fingerprinted, you get checked in to get this conditional non-resident visa. Now you have 6 months to do that. You're not a citizen, but you don't have to leave ever.
You're not a citizen, but you don't have to leave ever. You get a non-resident visa. Well, what happens if those people that are checking in at the courthouse and they get their non-resident visa? What happens to them? Let's say they have a child. Is the child a citizen? Well, according to the Supreme Court, it is. I believe this is legitimately insane. And Mike Lindell may very well have ended his entire political career with a couple of statements out of this interview. Here's another one.
You now have all the money that you gain. It's in the billions, not millions. In the billions you gain from them paying taxes. Now, these employers, okay, you take that money and you use it to legalize people. You bring them to, because right now a lot of the people, they can't afford $5,000 to $15,000 to go through the system to be legalized. I went down to Florida and checked it all out and people that are coming in legally.
Well, I know that farmers would be thrilled with something like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would be thrilled with things like this. It's called illegal cheap labor. But what he is proposing is that his visa program will bring in billions of dollars in revenue, which will then be used to pay for illegals to gain legal status. You're going to fine the employers, and then you're going to use that money to help those people become citizens. You are helping criminals. And I'm going to say this. Before I choose to help any criminal migrant become an American citizen, I want to help some of the homeless veterans. I want to help some of the American citizens that are struggling, Mike. And I don't care if criminal illegals that are here illegally, that are criminals, can't afford $5,000 to $15,000 to go through the system. That's not my problem. And look at some of the comments. I care about the people that are being trafficked than tax dollars. I care about how the union guy paying taxes is losing to lower cost illegals. We need immigration reform to protect the now adults who were brought here as children. Immigration reform, call it what you want. But when you start passing out free passes, that's called amnesty. And this all comes from an interview that Mike Lindell did. This is the cover article from the Washington Examiner. Mike Lindell proposes a 6-month amnesty for illegal immigrants if elected Minnesota governor. This is insane. The interview is July 22nd, yesterday. They updated it 7:47. Look at this. We run it through Grok. Grok, did Mike Lindell say this? Yes, Mike Lindell said it in a Washington Examiner interview. He proposed a one-time 6-month deportation moratorium if elected Minnesota governor. I don't even think he's allowed to do this. Says he framed it as a way to boost tax revenue, reduce crime. Well, if you make them all legal, yeah, you take those criminals off the books while criticizing cash-paying employers. Now, I believe those employers that are paying illegals should be fined, and if possible, some sanctions on their businesses. Now, Mike, of course, came out with this reply today. He responded to all these clips, and we've covered all this. Now, I want you to hear some of this. I won't play it all, but I want you to hear some of this.
Mike Lindell's a liberal now. Mike Lindell's went out to the other side. Different ones. Steve Bannon did a big post going, what I have to look into this. This is it hit me from every direction. It was trending. But I'm doing a big speech. I was up in Sauk Center, Minnesota, with one of our biggest rallies with CNN there, which they probably thought it was funny. It's out there going viral, and I can't even defend myself and talk about it because I'm at a rally and I'm there and I'm going here. I explained the whole thing in detail. I wanted to work something out where we could get these illegals documented, fingerprinted, and stuff, because if you have them in the system, are you ready, everybody? Then they can't vote. If they vote.
Well, as long as the SAVE Act is passed, they can't vote. But Mike, my big question to you, why would you go near the word amnesty? Why would you go anywhere near this right now? You had a shot in Minnesota, and I believe that shot is gone. I don't think you have a chance right now. With the amount of people that have called into my show, the amount of people that I've talked to personally, with some of your friends, with some of your closest supporters, and they're just absolutely discombobulated on why you would go near this. You have nothing to gain and everything to lose by talking about amnesty. I myself was sponsored by MyPillow. I can't do that anymore. I canceled this.
You've got it right there. You got them fingerprinted. You've got all their info in the system. All of a sudden, they show up on the voter roll and they vote. You're out of our country. That's it. You don't get to be.
No, they're not. Liberal judges will not get them out of the country. This is insane, and I don't care what you've accomplished in the past. Mike, you just torpedoed every chance that you had is gone. Because, here's the article from Breitbart. You wanted a soundbite. You didn't think it was going to catch up with you. But Breitbart, I'm a person of second chances. I don't care if people are here illegally. I don't want to give them a second chance. The only second chance they got is self-deport, or we deport them, and then they do it the right way. You don't reward bad behavior. You don't. This is just insane that someone like this that has fought for election integrity would go near this. We know what he's done. We know how much of a champion for election integrity he's been. He very well could have Bud Lighted his entire campaign. Mike Lindell's immigration plan draws conservative backlash before the primary. Yeah. Juanita Broderick, big Trump supporter. His rivals are licking their lips right now. I just don't get it. And here you go, national conservative Mike Lindell calls for mass nationwide amnesty for all illegal aliens who have been convicted of a felony. Says they should be allowed to stay forever. Mike, guess what? If you come into the country illegally, you are a felon. Mike Lindell proposes 6-month amnesty plan. This is not going anywhere. Pino. People can like Mike Lindell for everything he did after the 2020 election, but that doesn't mean he would make a great governor. Nearly everything about his record other than election security says he would be a bad governor. I don't know. I don't think we'll find out. I don't think we will ever find out. Because Mike Lindell ruined any shot. Now, here's what he's talking about at this rally that he was at last night. I don't think he even did himself any favors here.
If they wanted to be a citizen in this country, I went down there, they might be doing this. I went down to Florida where illegals come in, and they come in legally. The wait is long, but these people, they're so passionate. You know what they do first? They learn English. They
Yeah. But it's very expensive for some of them to get, it's anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 to become legal. And so what I would do with this reset, because you're so far behind the people that want to get here legally, you hire more people and you bring the cost down to nothing. And what do you do? Where do you get that money? From the crooked employers.
So you fine the employers, you use the fine money to pay for the legal representation of the illegals that broke the law so they can become citizens. I'm sorry. No. I want tax money. That's government money. The government money is tax money or fines. I want that money to be used on American citizens. That's called American First. And now, Mike is now receiving praise from a local left-wing outlet called The Reformer, the Daily Reformer. Look what they say. Lindell has now deleted his tweet announcing the plan. Progressive fiscal nerds will note that Lindell relies on the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy for some of his data. Welcome aboard, Mike. The Democrats love this. And this is all on the heels of the ability of the Senate to not pass the SAVE Act. Why are you trying to give out amnesty before we get the SAVE Act passed? His opponent, amnesty for illegals will only make Minnesota more of a magnet. That's a sanctuary state. I would expect this from Amy Klobuchar and Tim Walz. Surprised to see it coming from a fellow GOP candidate. As Speaker, I ended taxpayer-funded health care for illegal immigrants. I will work with the federal government to deport criminal illegal immigrants instead of giving them amnesty. I wanted Mike Lindell to say everything she said. It didn't happen. Roger Stone, Mike Lindell is dumb and a con man. Mike Lindell's work visa plan draws conservative backlash in the governor's race. Guys, what do you think about this? This is the tweet Mike Lindell deleted. He deleted this tweet yesterday after the backlash, and it was from real Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell for governor. Amnesty, 6 months. Learn the real truth. Putting Minnesota first. The word that jumps off the page here for me, Mike, is amnesty. In the small text at the bottom, Minnesota first. Mike, I think your campaign's cooked. I think you should do the right thing and step down. The American voter, the Minnesota voter, is probably going to step it down for you. I canceled the sponsorship that I have with your company. I cannot in good faith represent a company that wants to allow illegal aliens to remain in this country. I hope you all will consider joining the channel as a member, subscribing, liking. We have to get this word out. Mike, I don't know what happened. I don't know what is occurring. I don't know who you're getting advice from, but I think it's bad advice. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm disappointed as hell.